Welcome to Octal Talk class. How are you? I hope you're all fine and well. Last class we had discussed about goal setting and motivation, and we have learned how can we set our goal and how can we maintain our goal by means of motivation. Because if the motivation is not there, the goals which you have set may die after some times. So all these things we had learnt in the last class. Today we are going to learn another qualities of soft skill, and that is nothing but creativity. So creativity also plays a very important role in soft skills and making one's career. If we don't have creativity, we can do nothing. The first three qualities which we have studied and we have discussed, they are just helpful in our goal setting and in our making career. But creativity is entirely different. Of course, it is entirely different and it is very important. It plays a very important role in making our career, and it looks difficult also. Sometimes some people they say no, creativity cannot be with everybody. Only intelligent person can have creativity. They say like this, but it's not correct. Creativity is not by birth. Creativity can be learnt and developed, and creativity is very important. Without creativity we cannot see new things. Whatever you see around you, like bridges or roads or big buildings, big malls, they are all the outcome of creativity. If you take example of TV, once upon a time TV was a very big and huge, using picture tube technology, but now it is entirely changed. Now it is a very thin, made of LED, and it consumes very less electricity, and cost wise also is very cheap compared to our old TVs. So that means creativity plays very important role. Similarly, if you take example of computers, if you take example of the first generation computer, the first generation computer was such a big computer, it was something like our parliament house. But now the same computer with the same functions are now put together into a small cell phone. So how much changes has come actually. So these are all the outcome, these are all the result of creativity. Without creativity, all these things were not possible. So it is very important to develop creativity, and we can develop creativity only if we learn what is creativity. So let us go to our e-class and discuss what is creativity. Creativity is the imaginative idea of a well-developed brain. All the inventions and discoveries are the outcome of the creativity. Whatever we use like TV, LED light, AC, fan, gas stove, induction stove, etc. are the result of or the outcome of creativity only. Even the whole universe is an act of creativity. So creativity is very important. Creativity is not by birth but can be developed by learning and practices. So in this session we are going to learn how to develop our creativity and then how to apply it thereafter. Now we shall see what are the importance of creativity. So the importance of creativity are like open all sorts of possibilities, helps in innovation, solve everyday problems, enhances our brain, makes life easy. So just now we discussed that creativity is not by birth but can be developed by learning and doing practices. Creativity is highly related with IQ, intelligent quotient. Normally, IQ of a person are as follows.
Now, if you just look into the table, you will find that above 144 is a superior. If the IQ is somewhere between 130 and 144, it's excellent. If the IQ is 115 to 129, it's good. And if the IQ is 85 to 114, it is average. And if the IQ is 70 to 84, it is below average. And below 70 is worst. So, what does this table mean? It means that the IQ is very, very important to be higher. For example, IQ of Albert Einstein was more than 200. Because of this, he did many inventions in physics. Some of the most famous inventions are quantum theory of light, relative velocity, and photoelectric effect. Now the question is, how can I be so creative? So you can be creative only if your IQ is high, as creativity is directly proportional to IQ. So we shall concentrate on IQ development. Generally, the IQ of a normal person is around 100, but the IQ of superior person may go up to 140 or even more. So the first step is to get your IQ tested. The best way is to go for reasoning test. For example, just take 20 reasoning questions and answer in just 10 minutes. Suppose correctly answered 18 questions out of 20 questions in 8 minutes. Now apply the following formula. Now if you look into the formula given on the screen, the formula is IQ is equal to number of correct answer multiplied by total time given into 100, whole divided by total questions given to you multiplied by time taken to answer. Suppose you have been given 20 questions and you had been given 10 minutes time to answer. So out of these 20 questions, your 18 questions were correct, and you took 8 minutes time to answer. So how will you apply this? So then you can apply this like IQ is equal to 18 into 10 into 100 divided by 20 into 8. What is 18? 18 is nothing but your correct answer, and you are given 10 minutes total time. Okay, into 100. Whereas divided by 20. 20 was the total questions given to you, and 8 is nothing but the time taken to answer the correct answer. So if you just solve it, you will find 112.5. That means your IQ is 112.5, which is an average IQ. So your IQ is somewhere approximately 130, which is average, or you can say good. So how can we develop our IQ? So there are total 10 tips to develop your IQ, and what are those? Let us see and discuss them one by one. Generate a great deal of energy. According to yoga science, the whole universe is inside us, but we are not aware of it. This enormous energy inside us may be explored to generate many new ideas into reality. The great scientists and discoverers did the same thing, hence their IQ were above 2000. Be thinker. Thinking is a process of bringing the things from inside to outside. Answer of all questions are inside. Only we need to pump it out by the method of thinking. Newton never knew about the gravity of the earth. But when an apple fell down, he thought it how, and solution was out. So generate questions and search it inside. This process is going to increase your IQ. Keep writing something. Writing is a good practice of improving your IQ. Take a topic and start writing on it. In the beginning, you may not get any stuff to write, but once you start writing, a flow will come and you can't stop writing. So, writing is a good process of improving your IQ. And IQ will improve your creativity. All writers of the world were good creative. Solve mathematical problems. Solving mathematical problems like arithmetic, algebra, geometry helps a lot in improving your IQ. So, you can try solving mathematics to highest level. Every day, one should solve mathematical problems for at least 1 hour. Such persons are proved to be a good problem solver in the field of software, science and technology, and even management. A mathematician will have an IQ of 140 or more. So practice solving maths from today onward and check your IQ after 1 year. Practice concentration. It is an excellent and productive method of improving your IQ. You have to do nothing, just sit quiet on a mat in a lotus posture as you see in the picture. Place a lighted candle on the stool at a distance of 7 feet from you. Open your eye and look at the flame continuously without blinking your eye with a normal breathing. Start practicing with 1 minute and increase timing day by day. Take it at least half an hour a day. Albert Einstein used to concentrate for 4 hours a day regularly. The day passes, you will see your IQ improving day by day. After 1 year, test your IQ. This method may take your IQ to more than 200. Be healthy. We are all aware of the proverb healthy mind in a healthy body. Your mind will function properly only if you are healthy. So, spare at least half an hour to do physical exercise. You can do all the above practices only if you are healthy. So, do not ignore it. Moreover, exercise keep you young for longer time and you look fit and active. Take healthy food. In order to be healthy, it is also necessary to take fresh and healthy food made at home. Avoid junk food, avoid fast food, include fruits and milk as far as possible. Avoid fried items, take more quantity of vegetarian foods, avoid frozen items, consume less coffee, tea or cold drinks, consume kaju, kismis and badam. They improve your brain cells. Practice reasoning. We have already discussed this topic in the beginning itself. Reasoning practice is a good source of improving your IQ. Take competitive examination books and practice it every day. Nowadays, reasoning test is available online. Search it on Google and practice online with the result. Be imaginative. What do you mean by this? This means you have to create virtual images of your thoughts inside your brain. Without this, creativity is not possible. You can bring new changes only if you have imagination. You can practice it every day by closing your eye and creating positive virtual images. Whatever modern things we see around us is the result of imagination.
Edit your ideas continuously. What do you mean by this? This means don't fix your ideas but go on correcting it continuously. If you take the example of TV, we find that it has changed tremendous from heavy picture tube technology to slim and light LED technology with high quality of pictures at low cost. Similarly, our biggest first generation computer was in the size of our parliament house, and now the same technology is packed into a small one in a small cell phone which has the same function, or you can say more than that functions. So these are all the outcome of continuous editing and refining technology. So don't stop but go on editing your ideas continuously. Now we shall look at the most creative Indians. There are plenty of examples of creative persons whose IQ were tremendous. They brought name and fame not only to their society but to their country too. So let us see one by one.
Subodh Gupta. He is best known for his monumental sculptural works composed of everyday metal objects like steel lunch boxes, tin cans, and cookware. His creation is tremendous, which you can see on the right hand side picture. It looks like a bucket hanging in a space. His creativity is tremendous and kept the name of his hometown and home state, Bihar. Jain, he is an Indian architect and visiting professor at Yale University. He received his M.Arch from Washington. His interesting creation you can see on the right hand side of the picture. He also founded a studio at Mumbai. His creation is a combination of Indian and Western culture. Pranav Misri. He is very well known in innovative world. Currently, he is the vice president of Samsung Research Division. He took IT world to a next level with his invention of Spurs. His major invention is Sixth Sense and got an award for this in 2009. Avijit Avasthi. He graduated metallurgical engineering from BHU and joined his father's business of manufacturing dyes. Later, he started a sari business in Delhi and then he entered into an ad business and became very famous for making an ad of Fevicol Ka Jod. He is founder of Sideways Consulting, a great problem-solving company. Anand Patel. He is graduate in chemistry, but he had love for creative discipline which steer him totally in different direction. His home at Alibag is a spectacular practical example to tropical modernization. Later, he shifted to fashion designing and launched women wear in the name of Pinakin. Sachi Mukherjee. He is graduate from the National Institute of Fashion Technology. He crafted a series of stunning collections by using indigenous techniques and creativity like bandhani, gota, block printing and hand dyeing. His kalidar, kurtas, lehengas and saris are in heavy demand not only in India but throughout the world. He pioneered the use of high-end luxury Indian textiles in a modern context. Many times we find that a particular object or a thing can be used for a particular or specific purpose only. But sometimes the same thing can be used for other purposes also. So how can we explore such things? So now let us check how can we explore our creativity. Use of ball pen other than writing. We know very well that ball pen can be used for writing, but many people that don't know that we can use this ball pen not only for writing but for some other purposes also. So it has got multi-purpose uses. So let us see what this ball pen can be used for. So first one, making hole. The second one as a pointer for presentation. While giving presentation, we can use this as a pointer on the monitor screen. We can use it as a weapon to safeguard self. Fourth one is rubbing any part of the body as a hairpin. Sixth one, pressing buttons on the cell phones. Seventh one is tear plastic packages. Eighth one, book paste pointer. Ninth one, you can use it for acupressure. And the 10th one is cleaning holes. Now let us see one more example, like use of knife other than cutting vegetables. So we can make use of knife for other purposes also, like making hole. Second one, opening screw. Third one, as a weapon to safeguard self. Fourth one, slicing bread. Fifth one, applying butter on bread slice. Sixth one, cutting papers. Seventh one, digging hole. Eighth one, in operation. Ninth one, cutting nails. And 10th one, cleaning holes. Hacking car tire. We can use car tire in different uses, like for swimming as a stool, or we can use it as a flower pot, or we can use it as a shoe sole, as a children's wheel, as electrical insulator pad, making a swing for decoration purpose in the drawing hall, as a dog bed, or we can use it for water storage also. We discussed that how you can explore your creativity to use some objects in a multiple ways other than its real use. Similarly, we can use our creativity to bring changes in objects which already exist. Now try yourself. What 10 changes would you like to bring to your ball pen to make it modern? If you are unable to, then write us in the comment box and we shall help you. Last but not least, Napoleon Hill quotes that if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Means we must have a creative mind. We can't do even a smaller task without creativity. That means even a smaller task need a creativity to accomplish successfully. Hope you understood what exactly a creativity is. I hope you too will try to gain creativity by acquiring a high IQ. Thank you for attending this session. Meet you in the next class with a new topic.
Please purchase this book at Google Store and support this channel.
Thank you, Jain.